Saturday, 12th of October, just under 4 p.m. Came out here about 10 minutes ago. So grateful to my nurses to be able to, and Allied Health to be able to get me out here. It's a breezy day. I'm not worried that it's a bit cool. I love this sort of weather, especially being in nature. I'm under the wisteria tree and working my poison ivy look. Trying to keep the cheer up. It was a rough night last night with all the thoughts going around in my head about where to, and the lack of understanding around that. Plan is to put in for NDIS funding. I have NDIS funding for psychosocial, need it for the physical side of things now. My mental health has declined, but it's declined to a point now that I don't want to be around other people. I'm a bit worried about where I'm going to go. But the point is that I was supposed to be getting home modifications. And now I'm told that NDIS won't fund both, that I need to be moved into SDA accommodation. Well, from my understanding, that was permanent accommodation. And then I'm told that, well, it's a two-step process. This was the support coordinator giving me this information, when I need to know I'm going home. It's the only thing that'll give me some hope. Because at the moment I don't have hope. I feel like I'm going to be shuffled off to some other facility. I'm just too much of a problem and a burden. I didn't create this. And I don't understand why it has to go through such a bullshit process of we get you into SDA accommodation, then in 6 to 8 months we approach the NDIS for an appeal to say, oh look, it's going to cost this much to keep Mary here. Therefore, it'd be better to do the home modifications at her home and then that'll be approved. So what's that? By the time all that gets done, another year. By the time you get building permit or whatever you have to do for renovation, another 12 months. I could be looking at turning 60. I'm now just 62. I want to go home. Why can't it be done now? The push is to get people out of hospital. Well, here we go. My weight's increased so much now that I'm scared to just go and live somewhere else. Because I'm scared I'm going to have a heart attack at night. I'm terrified. I've never been over 220 kilos in my life. The weight's gone on because of the trauma. I kept pointing out what the things are that I need. And simple, really simple, getting outdoor into nature, into fresh air. Like, that's a consoling, that's one of my strategies, is being in nature. It always has been. Getting to the beach no matter what was going on. I'd get in the car and drive down. Then it got to a point with another person, like NDIS services have really mucked me around. I had a builder who was working on the bungalow to make that accessible. I wanted to do that for people that could come and stay so that they had somewhere to go near the beach, because I think it's horrible that people with disability don't have the access. That everybody talks about being inclusive, but the more I look out, the more I see non-inclusive. And that was happening from when Mum was alive, before, way before she passed away, where I tried to take her places with her walker, and then I found the same thing myself. There's so much wrong, and while I've put in a report or the Disability Commission, the Royal Commission, the way I've been treated by NDIS services, especially with psychosocial. The way I see it, there's so many middlemen. It's created, it's a monstrosity. You've got all these crooks that I hear Bill Shorten talking about, but the bigger crooks are the registered businesses, the ones that are billing for no reason. They shouldn't be billing. I know when I tried to get a physiotherapist to come to the home when I was injured, one I rang, it was local in Frankston. Their clinic rate was around $114 from memory. And travel time was going to be $30, like $30 for a home. Like, wasn't much. Like, it was going to work out to about 100 and I think it was almost 150 or something like that. And then at the end of it, they must have been filling in a form online with the referral to go through, and then said, do you have NDIS? And I said, yes. And then all of a sudden it was, oh, it's going to be 190 blah, blah, blah for the visit, and then plus travel time, it was going to end up being $400. And I just said, what happened? What just, oh, well, no, there's a lot of report writing and... Seriously? There's report writing in regular physiotherapy. That's just bullshit. And that's got to stop. Same with service fees. One business, won't forget that. I had someone coming to the home to do help with sorting things. I needed help with organising and sorting, and they billed me at a personal rate rather than the regular cleaning rate, which, okay, but then they wanted to bill me another $500 for a service agreement, which was just a cut and paste from the previous agreement. I refused to do that, and they took away the help, because when I called my plan manager, he said to me that if they're doing more than 20 hours for the month, 20 hours for the month, and that they can bill and it's for 3 months consecutively that they're, with you, that they can bill this service fee, otherwise it doesn't warrant it. She then took away the gardening service. That was unbelievable. Seriously. I look back and I just think, what bullies. And yet they can, made out to be caring for NDIS participants. Man, this is my opportunity. Thank you for the Royal Commission. I'm coming for them. I'm gunning them down, because every support coordinator I've had has failed me, professing to be trauma informed. The last one didn't, but even with what she did, that was really bad. I hired her on the premise that she was going to help get me home, and then all of a sudden, I'm reading this thing that came through about my challenging behaviours that a hospital's written up about. And she goes, oh, I thought that was about anxiety. It's got nothing to do with anxiety. They're perpetuating the lie that I was aggressive, that I was abusive, when I was the one being bullied. And it's wrong. So wrong.